Hi, my name is Trevor, and in this video, I want to tell you the full story of how I went from working a minimum wage fast food job in high school to making $50,000 a month just 3.5 years later. I'm going to walk you through the full story, exactly the steps I took, so that you guys can literally see that I'm just a normal dude here who is on the same path as you guys at one point, but I was luckily able to find making money online, which completely changed my life. And I'm going to walk you through the full story in a bit and show you guys some of the steps that you can actually take to start heading in the right direction, because I know how it can feel. I know you can feel lost at some points. I know you can feel unmotivated at points, and I know that you're basically just like stuck at the start and it sucks. So I want to try to steer you in the right direction with this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So basically, to kind of first start off here, I was a senior in high school about 4 years ago to this day. I was literally just like a normal guy, senior in high school. I was doing sports and I was working at a fast food place called Cravers, which is a local like fast food place in the state of Wisconsin, where I live. And I was making $7.50 an hour doing that, doing sports, doing the regular high school spiel, whatever. And here, this was the job that I was doing. I was like, so there's like people at the cashier or at the register, like taking orders, and then there's the chefs and the cooks that actually like make the food. I was the person that would like take the food and either like package it up and go walk it out to people's cars, or I would like put it on a tray for the people that were dining in and go like walk it out to them. And so basically my entire day, aside from going out and walking the stuff out to people's cars, I was standing by the deep fryer where they were like making fries. And I just remember this so vividly. I hated it so much because it like literally smelled like shit all the time. And it gave me a headache every single day, just like being next to that. And so I ended up hating my job so much. And on top of that as well, the people that I was working with, there were a couple people my age, of course. Like there's a lot of high schoolers that get like fast food jobs. But there were also people 20, 25, 30 even, 40 even working at this job. Basically like full grown adults who had just completely given up on their life. Clocking in, clocking out, just like zombies. And that was like the first time that I started seriously thinking about my future and what I really wanted in this life. Because literally just as like a normal high schooler, my parents were pushing me in the direction of going to college, just like most people. But I wasn't really excited for that. I wasn't confident that going down this route of spending $100,000 in college and then going to get a 9-to-5 job was going to give me the life that I wanted. Not to mention as well, this fact that I hated this job and seeing other people in the job, like it drove me nuts. I'm like, dude, I can't even imagine working this job one more year, let alone imagine working here until I'm like 30. That's insane. And then something massive happened, which all of you guys are familiar with. COVID hit. And at first, when COVID hit, I was just like most people. I ended up quitting the job and I went home and I was playing video games all day. I was depressed. I was lazy, all that stuff. Like literally just like most people were during COVID. But the one thing that I will say about COVID, which I actually am very grateful for, is that with COVID, we were all isolated and you had to spend a certain amount of time just like by yourself. Or maybe you had like friends and family and whatnot. But the point is, for me, I had a ton of time to reflect. And so I started realizing like, shit, dude, I don't really like the major that I'm headed into, which was mechanical engineering for college, which was going to be the next year. Again, I was a senior in high school, so I was like starting to think about college. I don't want to do mechanical engineering. I'm just picking this because like I'm decent at like science and math. The corporate life sucks and it's cringe. Like I can't imagine waking up and sitting in a cubicle every single day trying to act like you like people, like wearing like a suit and tie. It's just so cringe to me. And then like, not to mention on top of all of that, you have to work hard And when you work hard, you barely make enough money just to get by. So I started thinking about this. I'm like, dude, does this even really make sense? And then to put the icing on the cake, like realistically, with most jobs, you can only go on vacation like 2 or 3 times a year max. And I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to go on vacation 2 or 3 times a day, if that's even possible. And I was like, dude, this doesn't really suck. If this is what I have to do, then fine, fair enough, I'll suck it up. But are there other options? That's the question I started asking myself. And ultimately, the point where I was at is like, I felt like I wasn't the driver. Like I felt like I wasn't sitting in the driver's seat of my own life. It's insane. And so this question of like, what if there are other options, ultimately led me down the path of, I was like scrolling through TikTok, and I started catching on to people that were making money online, because I started like realizing, dude, I don't want to go down this path. So are there other options? So I started seeing the videos that you guys see. How to make money with dropshipping, how to make money with Amazon FBA, how to make money with copywriting, blah, blah, blah. And at first, when I started seeing these people, I thought that they were all scammers, just like you guys. But after analyzing them for a little bit of time, I realized that these people were actually pretty smart. And more importantly, after studying these people for a little bit, I realized that they're not special at all. All they have is some sort of skill that I don't have, and maybe like a better mindset towards life right now, which both of those things you can acquire and you can learn. They're not like genetically better than me or something where I can't change that. Not necessarily. And so this pissed me off, because my entire life I'd been brainwashed to go down this path of, you go to college, you go get your degree, then you go work a 9-to-5 job, then you save your money, you go get a mortgage, and then you invest in your Roth IRA until you're 70 years old. Then you retire with like a little bit of money, and then you go have fun when you're 70 and you can barely like walk. Anyways, a little rant, but if this is where you're at right now, where you're kind of like seeing people make money online, and you're like, it's starting to like resonate a little bit with you. Like if you're seeing that type of content and you're starting to think that maybe you should give an online business a try, or maybe you've tried online businesses before, but you haven't fully taken it serious, good. Because everyone goes through these stages at the start. But eventually, and maybe this is where you're at right now, maybe not, but eventually you get to a certain point where something snaps in you and you realize that you have to start going all in. You almost reach like a tipping point or a breaking point where you're sick of scrolling, you're tired of being depressed, and you want to start taking financial control of your life. And so for me, after like scrolling on TikTok and seeing these videos time and time again, like every time I saw those videos, I'd get like more and more pain built up. Because I was just getting like pissed off every time I saw those videos, that wasn't me. So every time I watched those videos, like my pain threshold or whatever was like, it was just building every single time. And eventually something snapped, and it just like, it broke, and I had to go try something, and I had to go all in. And so anyways, that's basically like what happened to me. But the thing is like, I realized that if I was going to be serious about starting some sort of online business, not only do I have to learn the skill there and like work with the right mentor, learn the right information, etc., and actually work hard, but I also need to dial in my mindset. And I need to improve just in general. So I started getting in the gym consistently. I started dialing in my mindset and reversing my limiting beliefs. I started reading books. I started surrounding myself with the right people. And then ultimately as well, I realized that acquiring skills is really the only thing that you need. Like the difference between somebody who makes $500,000 a year versus you is that they have more skills. And they likely also have a little bit more experience, but that comes with having skills and just like putting in the time. And so I learned that there was a rule of 3. There's money, there's time, and there's skills. There's 3 things. If you want more of one of them, you have to trade the other 2. So if you want more money, you trade time and skills. If you want more skills, you trade time and money. If you want more time, you trade money and skills, right? And so I realized that I need skills, so I need to trade time and money. And then once I get skills, I need to trade my skills and my time to get money. And that's the cycle that you go down. So basically in late 2020, like headed into the fall of 2020, which was like the start of my freshman year in college. I still had to go to college, so it sucks. But I ended up trying drop shipping for like a couple days, realized that it was shit. And then I ended up doing affiliate marketing. That was the business model that I landed on at first. I found a little bit of success with it. I did it for like 5 or 6 months, and like this ultimately made me realize that making money online was real. So I'm extremely grateful for it. But I realized that it's actually a pretty bad business model unless you have like a lot of money in ads or you have like a massive social media brand. Like if I was like a fitness influencer with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I can just go drop like an affiliate link to like a supplement. I can go make bank, but that's not really the case for me. I was just a normal guy. So yeah. And then ultimately as well, like this is the thing that most people fall into. They get tricked by like these different business models into starting first because of all like the big numbers and the flashy thumbnails, etc. But after that, I ended up finding appointment setting, which is what I realized that I needed the whole time. And I was at zero again here. But basically, I realized that just about everybody creating content on social media, talking about how their business model is the best way to make money online, they're all selling some sort of course or coaching program. And I realized that that truly was the best way to make money online. You don't listen to what people say. You listen to what people do. And so that is the best way to make money online. But for me, I didn't have like an expertise. I didn't have like something that I was an expert in, so I couldn't do that yet. And so I thought to myself, if I could go in and work with one of these businesses and help them, I can make money and I can see the inside of their business while I work with them so that I can eventually prime myself up to run one on my own. And so I realized that I need skills first, which led me down the path of doing appointment setting, where I'd go in, work with one of these businesses where they're selling a course or coaching program and help them with their appointment setting. Basically, with appointment setting, I ended up landing a client. In my first month of doing appointment setting, I think I made $3K. My second month, I made like $4K. And then my third month, I made like $5K in 2021, which was great. And my day-to-day basically consisted of me just like ripping out a ton of DMs and then just researching and getting better at my skill and like prepping myself for future skills that I'd be acquiring down the line. And then ultimately after my first year of 2021 of college, my freshman year, I think I made like 5K in my last month of college. So I was doing all this while I was still full-time in college. I made 5K and I ultimately just went to my parents and said like, hey, I'm dropping out. And they were like really shocked by this. But after like a couple days of me like proving why I was doing this and talking to them, they understood and they were actually very supportive of it after I convinced them. Not at first, but after I convinced them. And I ended up dropping out of college because I was like, dude, if I can make 5K a month while working full-time in college, imagine what I can do if I drop out of college, even 8K. And then also like my income keeps going up as my skills get better. So I have the potential there. Anyways, after doing that, in the summer of 2021, I ended up meeting like a business partner. His name is Alex, and we started building our own business. I had a 50-50 stake in the business where I would do appointment setting and high ticket sales, and he'd take care of the other stuff. I don't want to go through like my whole journey, but I'll just run through it quickly because it's important. I met Alex. We built out our offer. We decided to pay a ton of money to work with a mentor. We paid like 10 grand. By the way, just as a quick side tangent, like investing in a mentor is one of the best things that you can ever do. Buying courses, maybe not, because courses, you just like sit there and like learn. It's like a Netflix series. It's so stupid. Investing in a mentor though, that's ultimately what you need. It's actually what you need. And I see people talking a lot about like, oh, online courses are a scam or online this is a scam. Like I get where you're coming from. Now, first thing, even courses, even if they're not great, they're not a scam. You can definitely question like the quality of a product, but what ended up taking me a very short amount of time from here, where we hired the mentor, we started our business and we scaled to 50K per month. It actually only took me about 5 months because we worked with the mentor. And thinking back on it, like to get there that fast already in like late 2022 working with the mentor, what took me 150 days or 5 months probably would have taken me like 5 to 10 years to do on my own. And like, good luck if you just want to be like successful on your own and you just want to be like a lone wolf. Honestly, good luck. If I told you that I was going to give you $10 million today, you'd probably be like, oh, sick. But if I told you that you wouldn't be able to wake up tomorrow, if I pay you $10 million today, you wouldn't take that trade. And what that shows you is that time is more valuable than money. And so by investing in a mentor, you'll eventually be successful on your own regardless, but by paying for a mentor, you're speeding up the process of being successful, right? And so after about 5 months working with the mentor, we built our own offer. I took care of appointment setting and high ticket sales. I learned from the mentor how to do high ticket sales. We grew our business to 50K per month. And inside of that, from that business, we decided to pay ourselves like 10K a month and all that stuff. And like 2023, basically from there was just like a full year of grinding. I did appointment setting and high ticket sales for one company every single day, 365 days a year. Maybe it was like 360 or like 362 or whatever, but you get the point. I did appointment setting. I did high ticket sales for the same business every single day, went all in. And then inside of that business, we actually hired our first appointment setter. And then I was just doing high ticket sales. So I was doing high ticket sales, appointment setting. We hired an appointment setter, and now I was just doing high ticket sales. That gave me free time, and I realized that I actually really enjoy working. And so with that extra free time, I basically started a company now where I help people follow in my exact footsteps. And it's actually going really well. People are getting incredible results. You guys can see that type of stuff on my channel. And I realized that I genuinely love helping people more than anything. Like I could just run this business on my own and just keep growing it, but I don't have the same passion for it that I do with what I'm talking to you guys about here, because it's genuinely fun to do, to help people who are just like myself. You can imagine just being able to help people with your advice would probably be a pretty cool feeling. So with that being said, if you feel like I did a few years ago, where you're like sitting there seeing all these people making money online and it like pisses you off a little bit, and you eventually just want to find like the right business model to get started with, you want to build skills, you want to be around the right group of people, you want to be around other people that are going down the same path as yourself, and you kind of want to like fast track your way to 10K per month, you can book a call with me in the link in the description, where the two of us can just jump on a quick conversation and see, based on what we talk about, if I can help you out. And there is going to be an investment if you decide to move forward and work with me, but only because I genuinely think that I have one of the best programs out there. And I'm not going to waste my time helping people that are like not serious about this. That's just the unfortunate reality. If you're serious, just like I was when I first got started, there is going to be an investment, but basically I work with all my students one-on-one and I help them through every step of the way, from learning high value skill sets, landing your first position, getting better at it, scaling yourself out of your position, etc. And if you don't even know like what remote sales is, which is what I teach yet, you can go check out some of the links in the description, or you can go watch some of the other videos on my channel if you think that's something that you'd want to hear more about or do. But again, if you think you're ready to go, you can book a call in the link in the description, where we'll jump on and see if you're a good fit for sure based on what we talk about. Hopefully you got a little bit of money saved up, and we can jump on and get you started. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm creating this channel and I'm creating this content because I genuinely want to help people, and I see a lot of the BS out there. So I appreciate if you watched up until this point, that you took the time to watch this video, and hopefully I changed your perspective, or at least the stuff that I was talking about resonated with you in this video. But other than that, you have a great rest of your day.